Hey, you guys, it's Bernadette. And it's Tuesday. I had to check. It's Tuesday, the 26th. We're going to talk tonight about judging yourself and learning how to stop that stuff. I've talked to a few people in the last few days who are really like in a place of self-judgment and really needing to forgive themselves. So say hello when you get here. I want to make sure I can see comments. It's late. It's like 8:11. My two favorite numbers, 11 and 8. Say hi. Share the video. Yay, I can see comments. Good, because my cell phone's dying. Oh, it's been quite a long day. I have no makeup on other than lips. I'm like, my hair looks like hell, and I don't care. Just going to try and do this for my cell phone, but my cell phone's dead. So even later there. Hi, Lillian. It's so good to see you. Hi, Spencer. Hi, Valkyrie. All right. So one of the things that keeps coming up with people, hi, Bernie, today and the last couple days is really this thing of holding yourself to a high standard and feeling like you're constantly on the treadmill trying to perfect things. And it's something that Spirit constantly has me work with people to release that and to identify it in such a way that we can do something with it, right? Because it creates like a major block when we're in a place where we're constantly holding ourselves to some ridiculously high standard and we're trying to measure up, fit in. How many of you guys have that? Where you feel like you're always like trying to meet some invisible standard of perfection, performance, production, success. There's something there where you're constantly questioning whether or not you're good enough, you're pretty enough, you're smart enough, you're worthy enough. Do you guys have that? And if so, what stops you from letting go of that? Right? I mean, I know where it comes from. But do you? And do you know how to get rid of it? Do you know how to get rid of that thing that is constantly inside of you that drives you mad in your own mind? Hi, Nikki. That thing that says, do better, do better. You feel that way too. Hi, Cindy. All right. Heather, yes. Okay. So first and foremost, you guys, you do understand, I guess I should say, do you understand that invisible standard by which you live, that you constantly are judging yourself against, that invisible standard, it was programmed into you when you were very young, all the way through your primary years, your developmental years. Mostly that stuff begins when we're about 5, 6, 7 years old. That's when it really starts to take hold. That's when we begin to develop strategies for survival, and we begin to make sense of the world. We begin to separate from our parents. So we create belief systems, or we take on belief systems from school, from our friends, from our teachers, from our family, where we learn the rules. We learn, what makes people happy, what makes people mad, what makes people not want to play with us on the playground, what makes us get rewarded and what makes us get punished, right? That's where these things came from. I've talked to you guys many times about the ego, and I know in different stuff I've done within the Charm Life, like webinars and stuff, we talk a lot about that programming, that unconscious programming. And yet, I have people that are in Charm Life that are still identifying, and they've been in it for a while, they're still identifying and uncovering part of that programming. One of the hardest hardest programs to deal with is the ones that create self-judgment, right? It's easier to face our judgments about others. Like we can easily look at the way we navigate the world, the way we size things up, people up, and look and go, that's faulty thinking. But when it comes to ourselves, our image, our bodies, our station in life, we have a much harder time letting go of whatever weird expectations that we have placed upon us or that we believe the world has placed upon us. And we're still living in a way where that wounded inner child is activated and trying to come to a place of satisfaction, rectification of those issues and whatever that standard is, right? That is what most people battle with. It's what keeps you from succeeding. It also keeps you stuck in a place of circling around and around and around. We sabotage, we self-sabotage based on those judgments. So if you have those beliefs or you have those thoughts about yourself, whether it's in relationship to other people, like I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Or you have that about yourself, I've done this and I've done that. I just always want to make people happy. And if they're not happy, it's somehow my responsibility. You have that kind of programming. It's time you face it. All of the energy that's been building for the last several months or years, from what Spirit's saying, it's bringing us to this place where we can kind of face those shadows, face those woundings, deal with them and shift and change them. It's not helpful. It's not helpful to you or anybody else. You're not doing anybody any favors by being in a place where you don't feel worthy, by being in a place where you aren't willing to forgive your own shortcomings or what you think isn't perfect within yourself. Look, we all have flaws. Each one of us have weaknesses and we have strengths. Many of you have developed strengths out of your weaknesses, and we all do. And if we would look at things that way, instead of looking at it, I should know better, I should do better, by now I should have blah, 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 at this age, I should have blah, blah. It's all crap, right? If you're going to judge yourself based on those things, you're going to constantly be in a place where you can't find your peace and you can't have happiness. I want all of you to really think about, what are you holding against yourself? What event, what bad behavior, what choice? I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about making choices. I don't want to make the right choice. I'm afraid I'm going to make the wrong choice. Right or wrong is really subjective, right? Same with good or bad. It's all subjective. It's not concrete. We all have a different set of standards that we live by. If you will just put love, if I am loving, kind, and compassionate as your measuring stick, right? And forgive yourself for the times that you haven't been, you're going to find life be much easier. If you screw up, and we all do, right? Sometimes we say foul words. Sometimes we say something mean. Sometimes, we read something and we make a joke about it. Sometimes we laugh when we don't want to. I mean, here's something that most people don't know about me. I have a really hard time, so bad, with going to funerals. And I haven't been to one in a number of years, but I have this thing when it comes to funerals. I laugh. I don't know why I do it. It should be a very serious thing. It is for a lot of people. So I don't go to funerals because the last few times I've gone, I'm full of joy for the person. So, and then I can see dead people. So I tend to laugh inappropriately, apparently, at funerals. And for a long time, I held that against myself. Why can't you just be normal? In fact, being a psychic, how many times I've said, why can't I just be normal? How many times I've judged myself when I was going through anxiety or depression Why can't I just feel normal? Why can't I act normal? Why can't I be normal? How many times other people have said to me in my family, you're too sensitive. Why can't you just be normal? Why do you have to be so sensitive? There's all these things. And then I began to judge myself based on those things as well. I don't anymore, thank God. But I know a lot of you do, and you struggle with it. It is kind of funny. You laugh when you get in a stressful situation. When I was a child and was getting in trouble, I used to laugh, which probably got you in more trouble. I remember when we used to get in trouble and get spankings and we cried, you know, we get in big trouble. And then if we cried before the spanking, I'll give you something to cry about. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But as we walk through life as adults, there's no point in judging yourself at all about things. I mean, look, it's good to be introspective. It's good to look back in retrospect. It's good to, you know, be conscious of what you're doing. But damn it, if you are going to try to be perfect and please everybody all of the time, the one person that you're going to make absolutely miserable is yourself, because you're disconnecting from your true nature. You're disconnecting for yourself. We are not here, and I'm not telling you guys to hurt other people, but we are literally not here to make other people happy. Their happiness is up to them. Your happiness is up to you. My happiness is up to me. If more people understood that, relationships would be a hell of a lot more functional. One of the things that comes out of relationships that creates such dysfunction is when people get involved in relationships because they want the other person to make them happy. They have an expectation that that person's going to make me happy, and it's going to take this behavior, that behavior, blah, 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 and they got to stay forever. Then I'll be happy. And the minute they let you down, you've given your power over to them and your happiness over to them. You lose all of it when they misbehave. And the same is true if you're put in that position. Like, I don't want that kind of responsibility for anybody's lives. It's hard enough for me to keep myself happy and on track. I don't need to make everybody else happy. But damn, as an empath, I used to try. And all it managed to do was make me heavy and depressed. I remember feeling like there was a cloud that just followed me everywhere, because I would take on everybody's garbage and leave them smiling, but I felt bad. And my motto in life was, I just want to make everyone happy. You can't. And when I learned that, when I accepted that, life became easier. I don't walk around trying to hurt people at all. I always try to do, you know, to show up in a state of love, in a state of joy, which is why I'm always cautious about when I'm going off on some rant, that I take care of the energy of it first before I dump it on others. I've told you guys many times, if you are an empath, not only are you super sensitive to the incoming energies, but you have a bigger energy field, and other people feel your emotional energy 10 times stronger than the average bear. That's just how that works. You have a bigger field of energy going outwards too. It works both ways. Someone made a comment in the Empowered Masterclass, Empath Masterclass today, about it feels like such a curse. And I understand that. It does, until you get a hold of it. But if you can stand in a place of love, if you can stand in that place where you don't need to fix anyone, you don't need to make them happy, you only need to walk in a place where you love yourself. If you will just manage that, love yourself, forgive yourself, approve of yourself, accept of yourself, you're going to feel a ton better, and you will walk through life in a much more powerful way, right? Love has to start with you. It can't be all projected out there. Start with you. Stop judging yourself harshly. When you do, you're creating many blocks, and I mean many, not just one, many blocks to joy, to peace, and to abundance. You are saying that God in you, source energy in you, isn't enough. When you say, I'm not enough, you are enough. That I am That is one of the many names of God. And when you say, I'm not good enough, you're also saying that about your creator. And that is disrespectful. So stop it. Stop talking to yourself like that. Stop putting heavy weights upon you. You are good enough. And whatever you've done in the past was there for your highest good and learning. And if we can just accept the fact that we have had lessons through life, we would do so much better. So think about these things, because this energy that we are going through and already in the shadow of Mercury retrograde as it hits, and all of this other stuff that's changing, and with all the Piscean energy, all of this emotional energy, we are being asked to look at how we are living up until this point in our lives. What you did 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. What you did 20 years ago, it doesn't matter. What you did a month ago, it doesn't matter. What you did 5 minutes ago, it doesn't matter. What matters, what do I choose and what do I do right now? Everything that's come before, wipe it clean, erase it, wipe the slate clean, and begin again. That is the gift that we get every moment and every breath. You get to choose what state you're going to be in. Are you going to love yourself or aren't you? If God were standing right in front of you, what would God have you do? And what would God say to you? I guarantee you, God would not be pointing a finger at you saying you're not worthy, knowing that God is inside of you. Nope. You are worthy. You are forgivable too. Honestly, like, there's so much judgment that goes around out there and bullying, and we all react to it. I hate all the bullying, and I hate all the judgment, and I hate all the separation, and I hate all of the disconnection. We see it out there. We comment on it out there, but we don't ever stop long enough to look at it within ourselves. Where am I doing that to me? Many of you are bullies, many of you. But not to anyone outside of you. You're bullying yourself constantly. And that is the voice of the ego, the inner critic and the inner bully, telling you, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You can't do that. You can't make it on your own. Nobody's going to like that. You're bullying yourself. You're only reacting to it out there because you feel it in here and you're doing it to yourself, right? It wouldn't be happening out there if we didn't have so many of us in mass consciousness doing it to ourselves. You are capable of choosing love. And when I say love, I mean full acceptance, unconditional of who you are at any moment. And the moment you can accept yourself unconditionally and truly be in a state of peace where you don't have to do anything, then you will be able to love the rest of the world, no matter how they show up, no matter what they do or they do not do. And in that place, you will be in alignment to your creator, to the source of all abundance, and life begins to get fun. Then you can tap your creativity. Then you can have ideas and inspirations. But if you're constantly judging yourself and that voice of the ego is in control, you're shutting down every single channel of abundance that the universe is trying to flow your way, because you're out of the flow. You're moving out of the way, and you're boxing yourself into some strange standard of measurement that isn't even real. It's just programming. So many things. Who was like, oh, me and Bella were laughing today. I saw some funny meme about the earth and the flat earthers. It was, I can't even remember what it was, but we were laughing about it. It's one of our little jokes that we have, you know, about the earth is round or the earth is flat or whatever. But for how many years, like, the belief system was the earth was flat, and it became like a charged thing when they discovered and had the sort of equipment and technology to find out the earth is round, right? And people had to change their minds on it. They had to really like wrap their head around that whole, the earth is round. We thought we were going to fall off, you know. Don't want to accept all of the differences when we have to change our belief systems. Changing our belief systems is not an easy process, but it is what's absolutely necessary. Hi, Marie. So This is one of those things, these judgments you have about yourself. I want you to start asking from this place. Instead of beating yourself up or even struggling with these weird judgments you have about yourself, instead of saying, am I good enough? Ask the question, what if I was good enough? What if I'm already perfect? What if I am lovable? What if every choice I've ever made was the absolute right choice? What if everything I ever did was divinely appointed? What if? If that were the case and you look back on all of the events that you are judging yourself over, all of the things you've done, what you've eaten, what you haven't eaten, when you exercise, when you didn't exercise, when a relationship fell apart, and when failed a test, if you were to look at all of that right now and say, what if that was divinely appointed? What if you were to say that? You're going to begin to unpack all of this and lighten it up. And it really is just change the way you're looking at things, and then you can set yourself free. That's simple. I hope that helps you guys. That's been on my mind all day today to share with you. And then I got lost in trying to program Facebook stuff. And I finally gave up. I was like, oh, it's not working. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. I think I'm just being impatient. So, yeah, but that message has been sitting there. So many of you have contacted me lately, and you're like, why am I blocked? Why am I stuck? That's why. And I know, there's only so much I can teach you guys on here. In Soul Fast, I teach you a whole lot. In Charm Life, you guys get the whole enchilada. There's only so much I can do in a live stream, but these little things that you can do for yourself will at least get you on track to begin to shift the way you're looking at things and the way you're viewing yourself. It's so important right now that you love yourself, and you love yourself unconditionally, because when you love yourself unconditionally, like no condition, no circumstances, nothing, you just love yourself so much that it doesn't matter what you look like. You can come on live stream looking like this and it ain't no big thing, right? When you get there, then you can love everybody else, no matter how ugly they're being, no matter how generous they're being. You can love them just because that's the emotional state that you're in, and that's what you're choosing. And when you can do that, man, life becomes so much easier. And I want that for all of you. So if you want to book a one-on-one with me and if you've got stuff that's really blocking you, and you want help shifting it, you want to know, what is this? Many of you have, and I had this, where it's like you've got so many hooks in you from the past that it's so hard for you to see through it, and the ego isn't allowing you to. Just book a session with me and we will unpack it. We will unhook you. We will clear you, and we will get you out of that place where you are blocked so that you can get into alignment with what it is that you're wanting to experience. Okay. I know a lot of you guys message me all the time too, and you're like, you're so busy all the time. You do so many things. You need to take it easy. I want to assure you guys right now, like, I get it. I do get a lot done. And I'm constantly going in many different directions. That's how I thrive. Like when I'm in creation mode and I love to create, I thrive. It's great for me. It's fun for me. So I don't want any of you guys to worry about me. Like, I'm learning. As long as I'm in the mode of learning, I'm having fun. I'm really enjoying it. That's the Sag in me. And right now, like making a product line and learning how to make these different platforms interact with each other and talk to each other. It's frustrating sometimes, but I'm learning, which is really cool. So I don't want any of you guys to worry about me. I'm having a lot of fun. And on top of that, still get to work with my psychic clients and my counseling clients and teach my classes and stuff. Tomorrow we will do the monthly report for March. There is a lot coming up in the month, but I will do a monthly forecast for you via the tarot here on Facebook sometime tomorrow. If you guys like evening, let me know in the comments. or if you like the middle of the day, let me know in the comments, because yeah, that's tomorrow, so that you guys are up and ready. We're on a short month this month, and March is going to come in with a bang. And the entire month of March, I feel like, is going to be really powerful and lots of shifts going on. So get ready. You would love to get cleared, book an appointment soon. Yay. I know I haven't talked to you in a while, Heather. It'll be fun. Okay, so have a good night, you guys. I'm going to go chill now and breathe, get away from my computer. Day would be nice for tomorrow. Daytime? Okay. What time-ish? Pacific time. Put it in Pacific time, you guys. Translate the time zone for me, or tell me what time zone you're in. Hi, Lisa. So that I know, I'm good with daytime, like 1 o'clock, lunchtime. I don't think I have, nope, I don't have anything around that time tomorrow. So just let me know. You guys put it in the comments and we'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Have a good night. I will see you guys later.